So types of dyes, okay, depending upon its properties, classification on the basis of type. तो यहाँ पे सेकंड कैटेगरी थी डिस्पर्स टाइप्स ऑफ द डाइस हमने देखा था. उसके बाद रिएक्टिव टाइप्स ऑफ द डाइस भी हमने देखा था, रिएक्टिव टाइप्स ऑफ डाइस कौन कौन से हैं. उसके बाद आते हैं, शायद रिएक्टिव टाइप्स ऑफ द डाइस रहा था हमारा. तो रिएक्टिव टाइप्स ऑफ डाइस कंसिस्ट ऑफ द डाइस मॉलिक्यूल्स लाइक अजो कंपाउंड्स. जितने भी डाइस है अजो कंपाउंड, एंथ्राक्विनोन, थैलोसाइनिन etc आर कम अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ द रिएक्टिव डाइस. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट डाइज है कोल्ड ब्रांड रिएक्टिव डाइज. So in that categories, dichlorotriazine types of the dyes are comes, okay, which are the more reactive and can be dye at a lower temperature also, 20 or 30 degrees centigrade. You can perform the dyeing process. So these are, so that it is called as a cold branded reactive dyes. One other is the, it is performed on the 18 to 19 degrees centigrade, so it is called as a hot brand reactive dyes. That is, they are the monochlorotriazine dyes, which are slightly less reactive and can be dyed at the high temperature also. So example are the Cibacron Brilliant and the Procyon Brilliant Blue HB. These are the examples of the said dyes. Next is the optical brightness. What is the brightener? Brightener is used to visualize, okay, that particular fibers. Sharp, increase the sharpness, okay, because the surface of that particular fibers is reflected by the lights. As it is more reflected, as it is more brightness, okay. So for the long term use and for the textile materials like paper also, it's become yellowish because of the contamination with the colored impurities. We find that sometimes of the old papers of the pages of the notebooks becomes yellow in colors, okay. So these are because of the colored impurity present in that particular dyes. So yellow impurities absorb the blue rays from the incident light and hence the reflected light has the higher property of the yellow rays. Hence the surface appeared yellow or the cream colored. So this undesirable effect can be overcome by using the following three different methods. One is the by using the chemical bleaching agents, and in that chemical bleaching agent it's a hypochlorite or peroxide or the chloride are used, okay, and because of this the whiteness property of the fabrics is restrains, means the color नहीं छोड़ता है. कभी कभी हमने देखा है कि व्हाइट कलर के जो कपड़े होते हैं लॉन्ग टाइम तक, साल दो साल रखेंगे वैसा ही बिना यूज के, तो उसको हल्का सा पीला कलर छूटता है, ओके, येलो कलर थोड़ा थोड़ा हल्का आता है. तो ये अवॉइड करने के लिए यहाँ पर क्या करेंगे, केमिकल एजेंट ऐड करेंगे. तो अब ये डिपेंड करता है कि क्लॉथ कितना महंगा है, ओके, फाइबर्स कितने महंगे हैं. जितने फाइबर्स महंगे रहेंगे उतने ज्यादा उसमें अच्छे केमिकल्स ऐड रहेंगे, उतने ज्यादा उसकी क्वालिटी अच्छी रहेंगी, ओके. तो कॉस्ट पे डिपेंड करता है कि वो कितने अच्छे अच्छे केमिकल्स ऐड करते हैं. तो हाईली कॉस्टली जो मटेरियल होता है उसमें सारे केमिकल्स होते हैं, तो वो लॉन्ग टाइम तक रखने के बाद में भी उसमें से हल्का सा कलर नहीं निकलता है. सो कलर इम्प्योरिटीज उसमें क्या हो जाती है, पूरी तरह से क्या हो जाती है, कलरलेस करके, ऑक्सीडाइज करके कलरलेस कर दी जाती है, उसका कोई कलर नहीं होता है, ओके. नेक्स्ट है बाय यूजिंग अ स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ द ब्लू कलरिंग मैटर्स like the ultramarine blue, okay, and this ultramarine blue is also called as a whitening of the fabrics by bluing. These blue substances absorb the yellow light and reflect the blue color lights, so the yellow or blue rays from the incident light are absorbed to almost same extents, okay. Because of this brightness of the fabrics is the also affect, okay, and decreases to the absorptions, and amount of the light reflected from the fabrics is decreased due to the absorptions, okay, and hence the reflected light and thus the fabrics appear dull in colors. So for dulling effect these types of the procedure perform in the third steps, that is the most recent methods involve the use of the small amount of fluorescent brightening agents, okay. Which are the fluorescent brightening agents? So these are the agents which are used to increase the brightness of that particular fibers. Okay, in that category, generally the having the ultraviolet light having the range of the 33,000 angstrom to the 38,000 angstroms. Okay, these regions are used. These regions are helpful. Okay, hence the optical brighteners are the fluorescent compounds which absorb the light from the ultraviolet region between the 33,000 angstrom to the 38,000 angstrom. So these are the fluorescent materials and this phenomena are called as fluorescence. So optical brightening agents have the largely replaced ultramarine and other whitening agents. They are consumed in the large quantities as an ingredient in the soaps and the washing powders. So brightening agents are required not only in the fibers, it is also used in the other material also. In the uh, papers industry also brightening agent is used. Okay, in the uh, soap industries also it is used. Okay, for the being it is attractiveness increases. Okay, so dyes are not only limited for the fibers also, it is used in the plastic industries also. Okay, in the color industry also. So essential properties of the ऑप्टिकल ब्राइटनेस, ऑप्टिकल ब्राइटनेस के जो है इसेंशियल प्रॉपर्टी कौन कौन से होने चाहिए, तो उसमें से कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज मैं आपको बताऊंगा, जैसा कि दे शुड नॉट कंटेन एनी chromophoric group so that they themselves are colorless. The molecular optical brightener should be linear or planar. They should not produce any colored. Okay, they should be sufficiently fast to light and detergent so as to remain effective long time. They must be non-toxic. Non-toxic is the most important part if we are dealing with the human beings. Okay, then the classification of optical brightness. There are categories are one of these the steel bin derivatives, optical brighteners, steel bin derivatives. Over 80% of the fluorescent brightness agents in use are the steel bin derivatives. Example is the Blanco 4R. Next category, how it is prepared. It is a procedure is given here. Okay, it is prepared from the 4,4 diamino steel bins. Okay, or these are the complex structures having the SO3 sulfoxide groups, and sulfoxide group is also important groups. Okay, for the dyes, and the nitrogen containing compound is also one of the interesting. Okay, so these types of the compounds are used plus. Next example is the thiophenol BV. ओके, उसके बाद है एग्जांपल्स आपको याद रखने हैं, आपको एमसीक्यू जो क्वेश्चन निकालेंगे तो ये एग्जांपल्स वगैरह जो है आप यूज करके निकाल सकते हैं। एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चंस निकालने के लिए ड्रग एंड डाइज में बहुत ज़्यादा स्कोप है। नंबर ऑफ एमसीक्यू निकाल सकते हैं, आपने एमसीक्यू निकाले हैं, आपको उसका गेज भी आ गया होगा कि एमसीक्यू कितने निकाल सकते हैं। बहुत मटेरियल अवेलेबल है, थ्योरेटिकल जितना पॉसिबल था तो मैंने आपको दे दिया है। ओके, नेक्स्ट इज द क्यूमेरिन डेरिवेटिव्स। Coumarin ring is present there. Okay, so the derivative of the 7 amino 4 methyl coumarin are used as optical brighteners for the nylon and wool industries. Okay, next is the heterocyclic vinylene derivatives. So in the heterocyclic, so all the compounds are the heterocyclic in nature, nitrogen containing compounds are there. So vinylene derivatives is there. Okay, these vinylene derivatives are helpful for the formation of the dyes, brightness of the compounds. Examples are here 7-ethyl amino 4-methyl coumarin formaldehyde bisulfite derivative. Okay, 7-ethyl amino 4-methyl coumarin benzaldehyde disulfide derivatives. So these are the examples here. Next is the naphthalamide derivatives. Next is the naphthalmide derivative. The substituted derivatives of the imide of the naphthalene acid are used as optical brighteners. Okay, so these groups are having the substituent, that is the R groups, NHCOCS3 groups, NHCO, NH2 groups. Okay, so these help for the brightening properties, and they are effective brightening agent for the polyesters, okay, polyamides, various other synthetic fibers and plastic materials. And the pyrazine derivatives. Next category. So pyrazolene and pyrazine derivatives. These are the diaryl having the two nitrogen atoms. Okay. Diaryl having the two ring systems. Pyrazolene derivatives having the structure shown below and effective brightening agents. So these sulfonated derivatives can be applied with detergents in the form of dispersion or in the solution. The general formula is here. General having the X group, and that X group may be the C double bond OR or SO3H, because this having the good brightening properties, and the Y is equal to it may be the hydrogen or it may be the halogen atoms, chlorine atoms. It is also having the good brightening properties. So this is all about the classification of the dyes based on the application and the dyeing methods. So we have completed this unit number third. Okay, here questions are MCQ questions are given. Okay, you please make the MCQ questions. Okay, आपके यूनिट सेकंड, यूनिट फर्स्ट, यूनिट सेकंड, यूनिट थर्ड के क्वेश्चन बचे हैं, तो आप क्या करिए, अभी आप कंबाइनली क्वेश्चन बनाइए. ओके, 200 क्वेश्चन के नियर अबाउट या फिर 150 क्वेश्चन के नियर अबाउट हर यूनिट के क्वेश्चंस आप बनाकर सेंड करिए. अभी अभी आपका बहुत बैकलॉग हो गया है. यूनिट फर्स्ट के भी बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं, यूनिट सेकंड के भी बच्चे हैं. ओके, तो इस तरह से आप उसकी जो है प्रैक्टिस